welcome in everybody. It's the coach. This is Madden 20 on EA Sports. Coming up next, we've got what should be a good one between the Denver Broncos and the...
All right, Coach, from one of the loudest venues in the NFL, there's a look at Arrowhead Stadium here in Kansas City. Today, it's a Week 14 matchup that should be a good one between the Denver Broncos and the Kansas City Chiefs. This will be taken short. And they're going to have lousy starting field position as he's out of bounds at his 6-yard line. So here are the Chiefs now backed up for their first drive. They will be led out by the Heisman Trophy winner from 2018 from Oklahoma, Baker Mayfield.
And what I loved about meeting with him before the game was talking to a guy who takes ownership of his performance. 2 touchdowns, 2 interceptions last week, but all he focused on was the loss, okay? And he did say, if I change my stats a little bit, not necessarily for me to look better, but that'll help my team.
On 2nd and 9, Mayfield. He gets this one complete to Traquan Smith. They'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for 3rd down. An early test for this defense. Here we go on 3rd and inches. Now a first carry for Derrick Henry. And he's going to have the first down as he's marked down just shy of the 20. Just 4 yards on the pickup, but that's good enough to extend the drive.
Number 53, Mike 53. I got you.
They'll run on first down. It's Moss. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10. Now contact up front as penalty markers come in. Who is this against? So they got him coming up from his linebacker spot.
And sometimes the position designation really doesn't matter. If you creep up to the line of scrimmage, you just have to look for the football. Make sure it moves before you do.
And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
180.
First down, Mayfield. Oh, and this ball's tipped and intercepted. Picked up by Denzel Ward. And his guys are going to get the football at their own 47-yard line. Certainly not how they envisioned ending their opening drive here in the first quarter.
Too many ones in this play. First quarter, first drive, first interception thrown.
And that last one, that hurts. A run for Nick Chubb. And he'll take it across the 50 and into Chief territory. A check on the numbers for Chubb from a week ago. 20 carries for an even 100 yards.
And as we discovered in talking with the coaching staff prior to the game, going up against a team that struggled against the run has only emboldened them to run the football more. I expect 40 to 50 carries in this game. 2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a first down. Keep the sticks moving.
That one going for a gain of 11 and a Bronco first down. They set up the screen to Chubb. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. That pass play wound up for negative yardage, so here's 2nd and 11. Watson. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's 3rd down. So he can't hang on, and as I watch that unfold, I remembered an expression that I've heard, maybe from you, I don't know, but you're going to get hit anyways, might as well hold on to the ball.
Right, you know a coach said that, right? Yeah. Not an actual player, not a chance at all. Way easier said than done.
Watson now to throw. He's going to fire one deep, middle, and it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off with great anticipation, and a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. Well, they were intercepted the first time they had the football, but now they get it back, and it's still 0-0.
And because of that, You know what the thought process is? Interception. What interception? It didn't really happen because they gave up no points. So go back on the attack. Go back and run the offense you believe will be successful. Find your playmakers and give them the football.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Derrick Henry finding room at the 30. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains.
And that's a run that'll energize an offensive line. They'll take that one all day long. Fundamental breakdown by the defense. You've got to be able to make plays on the edge.
A solid run by Derrick Henry, and here's another 1st and 10. Now here's a pass on 1st down that's knocked away and incomplete.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on 1st down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on 1st down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up 2nd down.
Calling no gain on the run there, and now they'll be looking at a 3rd down.
Single.
It's 3rd and 10.
On 3rd down, Mayfield. And that's caught by Smith. And all the way down to the 22-yard line. An outstanding pickup there for the Chiefs. And even 40 yards. So the big play gets them all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Mayfield. He's got the 1st down inside the 10. And he gets it all the way down to the 3. Another big hitter there. This one good for 18.
When this offense can get their tight ends involved, they can move the football. Here, a nice route, able to look it in, and picks up the 1st down.
Well, they've been practicing goal line offense all week. Let's see if they're able to capitalize here. And he's going to take it into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. Derrick Henry hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Oh, they get to the football. It's blocked. That's a live ball scooped up by the offense.
Yeah, boy. That's our ball. Every time. Keep putting that ball on the ground. That's our
So
ball.
after the block PAT, they're ready to kick this one off. This is taken at the 3. And he will be taken down here as the first quarter of play will come to an end. 6-0 our score after 1.
Right there. 56. Let's go, tight end. Let's go.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Chubb with the 1st down carry as he'll get about 3 out of it. Make it 2nd and 7 coming up. Give him 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. They go with Chubb on 2nd down. And an alley to run. 34 yards there and a 1st down.
Let's go.
That outside handoff to the left, that play has to warm the heart of an offensive line coach because they controlled the left side where they were supposed to, but they didn't allow anything to leak from the backside on the right side of the offensive line either. Well played.
Yeah, and it created a big run. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. That one going for a gain of 11 and a Bronco 1st down.
And that's the big fella's MO right there. Running through tackles, keeping the sticks moving forward. This defense, if you don't bring 11 guys to the ball to try and get him on the ground, he's going to keep making runs like that. I feel the press box shaking every time he touches the rock.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
Yeah, that one sailed on him. You've got to make sure you give your receiver a chance to come down inbounds because they are very gifted. They'll make the circus catches, but they make them out of bounds. That does you no good.
Back to the air, Watson on 2nd down. He completes it to Henry. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
Now they'll try to convert on 3rd and 6 after the 4-yard completion.
Pick the edge. Play 31. Watch Avery Creepman.
From the gun, here's Watson. Flushed out right. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. picked off by the linebacker, Miles Jack. And the return will stop them well inside their own 20 at the 15-yard line.
I think that interception happened for two reasons. Quarterback gets outside the pocket and panics a little bit, and receiver doesn't make sure he's absolutely in an open spot. So there's a guy lurking, took the ball from him.
Yeah, so don't wave your arms, right, as a receiver if you're not wide open?
Got to know that you're open. Otherwise, just don't do it.
Now, the first play of the drive there is incomplete. Denzel Ward, Pro Bowler as a rookie, there to bat that one away.
When I watched that play, I thought about what my coaches have told me in the past. The biggest teaching point, get your head around. Locate the football so you can make a play on it while it's in the air. That's exactly what he did there. That was nice.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Here's Mayfield. Throw complete to Herndon. So he got free of one tackle but couldn't do a whole lot else. That catch good for only a yard, and it'll be 3rd down. This defense tightening up a bit. That last catch just 1 yard, making it 3rd and 9. Throw right side, going to be complete to Moss. 4th down now after a loss of 2.
Well, I know it goes against the instincts of the person catching the ball because all you're ever taught is catch the football, don't drop it.
But drop it there.
Yeah, in that situation, dropping it would have been better. End up losing yardage, even though they completed the pass.
As good as a sack.
Yeah, how about that? Although they won't get the same credit for it, and it won't help them at contract time.
A good return there, call it 13 yards. And the Broncos take over, 1st down and 10. The offense trots back out there. Let's turn our focus now to Nick Chubb. He's doing his thing. He's got some good yardage, but his team right now in the second quarter, 0 points.
Just not a complete formula. Half of it's there, being able to run the ball and set the tone. Wonder if they may have to go to some play action, throw off the run game, and try and get the ball in the end zone.
I was just going to ask you that same thing. Maybe you use that run now to set up the pass, right?
I would think so because the run has been very effective for them.
Now a pass dumped off to his running back. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. They'll wind up losing 7 yards on the play. And it'll make this a 2nd and long. So they had the big loss on that 1st down pass play and facing a 2nd and long. Now it's Watson. Pass incomplete.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
Yeah, I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the second quarter, a lot of time to change things. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Out of the gun, Watson. Oh, a scrap for the football, and he's going to come down with it. And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. A gain of 22.
And I know you can't really see it, but that play spells frustration with a capital F for the guys on defense. They covered everyone else, end up going to the running back out of the backfield, and he picks up a back-breaking 1st down.
He takes this for about 6 down inside the 40. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. We'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. Here's a throw that's taken in out of the backfield. And he'll be brought down with a 1st down as the tackle's made at the Chiefs' 27-yard line. Now a 1st down throw, Watson. He'll get this to Chubb out of the backfield. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last 2 plays. 1st down now, but that clock rolling. Now Watson. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Get your backs to the goal line. I can hear my high school coach right now. This is when force meets force. Got to be physical in order to win this battle.
Yeah, that's where the physicality pays off. A nice job forcing the contact and forcing the incompletion.
Yeah, Coach Ford would have loved that play.
Nothing on 1st down, so the ball remains at the 8-yard line, 2nd and goal. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with a tick under a minute to go before half. So it's 3rd and goal now, and this is where the Arrowhead crowd can make it very tough.
Hey, to the roll. West. Check 24.
A shotgun snap for Watson. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
That's it, baby. That's it.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
Yeah, when that field shrinks with those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is. They end up taking up extra space just because there's not enough space for receivers to run through.
And this is caught for a Bronco touchdown. Nick Chubb, his 5th touchdown now on the year, as his guys can now take the lead with the extra point.
4th and goal, and they found a way to throw it in the end zone for a touchdown.
And these defenses, they just like 3 downs, get off the field. But here they had to go 4, couldn't get it done.
A lot of the time, you're looking up and saying, okay, if I hold them for 3, at worst, I give up a field goal attempt. When they go for it, sometimes it really affects the defense because maybe they're not mentally prepared to go that 4th down.
A 10-play drive that time, and it culminates in a touchdown by the Broncos.
Free kick out of bounds. Kicking team.
And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
The Chiefs in good position to start out as they come up 1st and 10 at the 40. Mayfield now. That's going to be caught by Josh Reynolds. The Chiefs now going to use the first of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. So the big play has them all the way down to the 30 now for 1st and 10. From the gun, Mayfield. He's got Herndon, his tight end. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down.
I think it's okay there. They didn't get a whole lot on that play, but it's nice to have a safety valve that's built like this guy. Big target, guy you can spot pretty easily. Put it on him when your other targets aren't open.
And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete.
Let's go, boys.
Now another timeout called for by the offense, as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go before halftime. Mayfield now 8 of 11 in this first half. He's got it 1st and 10. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. He'll get this one to the Golden Domer, St. Brown. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. The Chiefs quickly now going to use the last of their timeouts as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. So it's 1st and goal, and a great opportunity to get that lead back before the break. Mayfield with it once more, and that will be incomplete with a clock down now to 13 seconds. The intended target was Calvin Ridley, but it'll be 2nd and goal. Line of scrimmage, again the 4-yard line, 2nd and goal. And again, it's Mayfield. He's got it. Touchdown, Chiefs. Chris Herndon in the final seconds of the first half. And the Chiefs are going to jump back in front.
Well, someone has a sense of the dramatic here, don't they? Scoring this late in the half to take the lead going into the locker room.
Now they just don't want to misstep misfortune on the next kickoff because there's still a little bit of time left on that clock.
Yeah, you do have to bring that up, don't you? In the NFL, every play is critical. And if you give up something cheap there, all that advantage they just gained goes right out the window.
And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. Likely time for just one final play, and then it'll be off to the locker room to talk about how they can erase this deficit.
Yeah, and I think a lot of people look at it and go, well, maybe you take a shot here. Maybe you get some momentum going into the half. What's the flip side of that? You do something crazy, quarterback gets hit, ball comes free, and now you're down an even bigger margin. Go ahead and take this one, go to the locker room, start over.
Watson now 8 of 15 through the air, but it's 1st and 10 here. final shot before the break. Watson. That's out to Chubb, complete. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. So we have reached halftime. All right, hang on. We'll jump over halftime. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This is taken at the 3. And he'll take this across the 25. Couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. Here comes the Broncos offensive unit here as they'll have it first to begin this third quarter. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. Denver has a first down on the 15-yard play. So now 1st and 10 in Chiefs territory at the 43. From the gun, Watson. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. 5 yards on the pickup, and it's a second down. Boy, the evolution of the game and how these guys in plays like that can get out of the pocket, keep plays alive, it just makes things so much harder for defenses.
It really does, and we're talking about an era in the game where the quarterbacks are the most athletically gifted that we've seen in a bunch. I mean, when you talk about collectively, it's unbelievable. So their ability to move is practiced now. It's not necessarily, oh, he just took off and you guys figure it out. When he takes off, everyone knows where to go now. They know how to run routes, change things, make themselves presentable for the quarterback. That's a lot of time that they put in on it. It's not just your static 1, 2, 3. This is where the ball goes anymore.
Let's go, fellas.
That one good for 13 and a Denver first down. On that last run, he's now hit the 6,000-yard mark for rushing yards in his career.
And moves him squarely into the top 100 rushers of all time. In fact, he can boast that he's rushed for over 1,000 yards more than Gale Sayers did in his career. And Gale Sayers was a Hall of Famer in a short career.
On 2nd and 7, Watson. That is caught inside the 5. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. First target, first catch, and a first down. Two of their 3 red zone trips so far, they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on 2nd and goal. They'll try to run this one in. And he will take it in for a Bronco touchdown. A great effort there with touchdown number 12 on the year. And now they can recapture the lead if they can make the PAT. Extra point by McCrane, up and good. And that will put them on top here in the 3rd. A good drive that time as they go 9 plays in all. And it ends with a 3-yard scoring run. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
Free kick out of bounds. Kicking team.
So they will accept the penalty and move forward. The Chiefs in good position to start out as they come up 1st and 10 at the 40. From the shotgun, it's Mayfield. And that'll be caught by St. Brown. And they'll get to him after a gain of 7 to the 47. Give him 7 on the play, and it'll make it a 2nd down. Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. And now a throw here secured by his running back out of the backfield.
Let's go.
That was a pretty favorable situation there. What would you call that? 2nd and manageable? Smart play, too. Didn't force it downfield when he didn't have it. Just checked it down, let him get the first down, and that's exactly what he did.
Here's a ball thrown right side and complete. First down for the Chiefs. Solid chunk of yardage, 17 on the play. Cool under pressure right there, escaping the pocket and finding what I think was not his primary target.
And some of these guys are just so comfortable getting outside of the pocket that they'll do it on purpose. It doesn't even need to be a breakdown. They move, and they know it affects the defense, because a lot of times you get lost in coverage in the secondary, and I think you're exactly right. Wasn't his primary target. Found a secondary guy who sprang open, probably because of his movement out of the pocket.
3 yards on the pickup. That's going to set up an interesting third and about 4 to go.
Check. 53 Mike. Check. 53.
Mayfield from the gun on third down. And he's going to go down here, a sack. They push him back to the 34. Samson Abukum. It's his 20th sack of the season as he continues what could be a record-setting campaign. And his kick is good. And that will finish off this third quarter of play. We're back now in KC. For the fourth quarter, we'll begin with a kickoff following the score on the final play of the third quarter. This one fielded at the 5. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line.
Get ready.
So the Broncos come back out as we give you a look at the playoff race in the AFC. As we take a look at the playoff picture, and certainly a lot of jostling still to go in these final few weeks. For the moment, they would be a wild card team, far from locked up, but that's why this is exciting. These last few weeks, a lot to play for.
Yeah, exciting for us because we get to talk about it, and, at the end of the day, 6 teams are going to go from each conference, and guess what? We're going to have a playoffs. But nerve-wracking for all the people involved, all the teams, because their goal is to get there. And anything less than that makes the season a disappointment. So they've got to be primed now for a big finish to their season. You know what the key to a good screen pass is, don't you?
But you're going to tell me, good blocking?
Well, good blocking eventually. But first is good acting. You want to let the defenders go past you, leak out to whichever side or even in the middle where you want to set up the screen, and then you do your blocking. How about the read, though, by the defensive guys? They weren't fooled at all and actually ran with the lineman to where the play was and smothered it for a loss of yardage.
They get 11 back on that one. It leads to third down. The Broncos on third down, 2 for 5 to this point. This will be 3rd and 6.
Mike 52.
Again, it's Watson. Completes it to Samuel. First time they've looked his way in this game. He comes through, picking up the first.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
Under 10.
On first down, they'll run with Chubb. He'll get about 4 here, down to the 43-yard line. And the offense moving quickly to the line. And again, it's Chubb. It'll be a pickup of a couple, and it leaves them with a 3rd and 3.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things, but the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
Eluding the pressure right. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Oh, that's got to frustrate him a little bit because they nearly got to him there, and it would have been the first sack of the game. Instead, they're able to influence the release, and they did force the incomplete pass.
So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. This for a 4th quarter lead. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down.
Check that. We want Mike 52 right here.
They will indeed snap it to Watson. He's going to have his running back. It's complete. And he's going to get this inside the 30. Denver has the first down. The play going for 15 yards. Fourth down, trailing in the fourth quarter. They felt compelled to go for it, and they got it.
Well, I'd look down at my play sheet, and what I would find, plays that have been successful throughout the game that have worked in the distance you need, and that's exactly what they got done.
Forced out to his left. Now he'll pull it down, and he'll be out of bounds as he gets this down to about the 21 or 22. He'll wind up getting right about 4 there on the scramble, and it's second down.
How about a tip of the cap to the defense? They're working against a very mobile quarterback, but all day long they've kept him under wraps. And on that play, they held him to a short gain.
Looking to throw again on second down. Watson, and he fires one incomplete. He was looking for his tight end, Hunter Henry, and it's third down. One of the bigger plays in the game thus far. The crowd getting into it as we come up on a big third down. From the gun, here's Watson. Flush to his right. And incomplete. He had nowhere to throw, so he just tossed it away. But that brings up fourth. So on fourth down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. This for a fourth quarter lead. McCrane able to knock this one through. And with that, they have taken the lead by a point here in the fourth. So the drive here ends with a field goal. It does give them the lead, but this one's still certainly a long ways from over.
It definitely puts a lot of pressure on your defense to hold the lead, right? They're happy to have it and happy to be out there trying to do so. But I know as a former player, in the back of their mind, they're thinking, why don't you score the touchdown and seal this thing?
This will be taken very short. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted. And we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. Throwing again on second down. Mayfield. This one caught by Ridley. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. It'll go as a gain of 10 and a Kansas City first down. On first and 10, Mayfield. That's into the hands of Reynolds. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Give him 13 yards there and a Kansas City first down. Fourth quarter, 2 minutes on the clock in a tight one-point game. So the Chiefs in possession of the ball as we welcome you back. They come up on a first and 10, desperately needing a score here on what could be their final drive. Back to throw. He was trying to find his tight end, Chris Herndon, and it's second down. After the incomplete pass, here now is second and 10. Mayfield to throw. Throw left side, complete to Moss. No gain on that one, and it's going to bring up a third down. Big play coming up. Here's third and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here. And that's when it's fun to play defense. When you're able to diagnose a play right from the beginning, get all your guys to the football, and spill the play, that's when you have a lot of fun playing on that side of the ball.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. Complete. It's Henry. And a loss of 3 to bring up fourth.
That play was well covered. Just tried to check it down. Unfortunately, we're not able to find any yardage on that one.
Fourth down, Mayfield. And that is incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And this defense will take over right at midfield. So now let's reset here, Charles. They do have 2 timeouts left, so they can stop the clock twice. This one's not quite over yet.
No, and what you're doing on defense, you're going to use both timeouts, obviously. But you've got to call defenses are going to force the issue early, meaning you want that play over fast. You don't want to give them time to dance around in the backfield or run a wide sweep that'll take off time. Blitz them, put pressure on them, make sure that play ends quickly so that you can go ahead and keep moving.
Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10.
Hey, watch the edge, watch the edge.
Let's go.
They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. The Chiefs quickly now going to use the last of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. So they come up on 2nd down. If they can get another run like we just saw, would likely put an end to this thing. They run it again with Chubb. And an alley to run. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score.
Keep doing it.
Nick Chubb, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Broncos push further out in front.
Well, partner, that was another explosive run, and one thing I've learned in our time in this game, yes, the offensive line has to get a lot of credit, but for big runs to occur, the wide receivers have to block well downfield.
And then you have to have a good guy carrying the ball too, right?
Oh, without a doubt. You need that difference maker lugging the rock.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This will be taken short, and he's going to go out of bounds on the return. He won't even get this thing back to the 10-yard line. Baker Mayfield leads the offense out for their next possession. And right now, probably just one thing in his mind. It's getting back to the hot start because he's really faded.
And ordinarily when that happens, the quarterback, as you know, is usually the leader of the squad. Now there's probably a silent camaraderie that comes around him saying, hey, guess what? We got you. Don't worry about it. Let's go, big fella. Because they know more times than not, he tends to pick things up, and they tend to play well.
Now Mayfield. Throw right side, going to be complete to Moss. And he'll get it up to the 12-yard line here. Mayfield. He completes it to Henry. A gain of 4 on the play, and that's going to bring up a 4th down.
So much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. You know, they create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job there of limiting that and keeping him from a 1st down.
Yeah, stopped him in his tracks. And he works it across the 25 before being tackled. It'll go as a gain of 10 and a Kansas City 1st down. He's back to throw, and he will find Ridley. That's complete. 4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. He'll look to throw. That'll be caught by his tight end, Ian Thomas. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. It's a 1st down on a gain of 10. Well, going into the final play of this game, they knew that they needed some type of a miracle there at the very end, but they couldn't get it done. However, we were treated to really a spectacular affair.
Even though they didn't finish it off, you're exactly right. They took us down to the last play. We're still, you were wondering, could it happen? Possibly, even though we both knew it was a long shot.
So for the Broncos, they'll hit double digits with their 10th win of the year, and they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for the Chiefs, they dropped their 7th game on the year, and they will try to get back in the swing of things next week on the road. So for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Next game, guess what? Charles and I will be here again. It's the NFL on EA Sports.